Y'all still feel what's the deal, man? We back. It's top of the week. Nigga, it's cold as a motherfucker out here in the old road. Like, for real, for real. Like, we back at that time where you gotta warm your car up before you get in that motherfucker and drive. You dig me? I miss my automatic starter, man. I do. I really do. But it is what it is, man. But peep game, man, let's get into this weekend's festivities, man. And that is the one and only Vergil Ortiz himself, man. Listen, I made a video and I didn't upload it for whatever reason. I didn't think that Vergil was going to stop this dude. I didn't think Vergil was going to stop him. I knew he would win, but I thought it would be a lot more competitive than what it is. And just for the people who's talking this, tune-up fight or cherry pick or whatever the case may be with Lubin, let's say that it was a cherry pick or whatever, or a tune-up fight. This dude has fought 3 consecutive fights, Boachuk, Madrimov, and now Lubin. People forget that Lubin was on a roll. He's been on a roll since the Fundora loss, man. Banana, Reyes, Ramos. I think those are his biggest 3 names that he's fought thus far. And I want to say Ramos because people thought that he lost that fight. He's been in with some reputable opposition. So this wasn't no layup. It's not like Lubin was some anyways ass nigga. He wasn't. Lubin is a legitimate 154 pounder. And people are just making it seem as if this was some, because he's been knocked out by Fundora and Charlo, that this dude was just some layup. Like, nah, bro, he wasn't. He wasn't a layup. He was a legit good, this was a legit win for Vergil Ortiz. It really was. It really was. So let's not do that. Let's not do that, man. But even with that, I didn't think that he was gonna go in here and go and stop this dude, let alone in 2 rounds, bro. Vergil hasn't shown power as a, not power, but the type of power that he was showing at 147 pounds. He had yet to show it at 154. He got dropped for the first time twice against Boachuk. Now he hurt Boachuk. I'm not saying that he didn't have no power. He had respectable power. It ain't like Xander Zayas. I would still say that he's a bigger, before this fight, I thought he was a bigger puncher than Xander Zayas, but not equivalent to the punching power that he was showing at 147, where he had a 100% KO ratio. So I was like, yeah, they're going, he's going to take him into deep waters and drown him. I think Lubin will be competitive for a bit. He'll be competitive, because he has the style too. Lubin has the style. He has the, just with his style, that style usually troubles pressure fighters, man. But like I've stated before, Vergil Ortiz is a really good fighter. Vergil Ortiz is a real good pressure fighter. I don't know why motherfuckers think because you fight in a forward fashion, because you're a pressure fighter, you're a limited fighter. Like, dude, no. There's nuance to being a pressure fighter. You still have to have, you have to be more defensively responsible when you're moving forward. You have to, and that includes when you're going on the offensive, man. Vergil Ortiz is a compact puncher. His punches are tighter. The technique on his punches are tighter. He's protecting himself even when he's opening up to get a shot off. His hooks, he's well protected even with his hooks. Now, granted, you are going to get hit. No defense is 100% foul proof. No defense is 100% impenetrable. We've seen Floyd Mayweather unofficially get dropped. We've seen Floyd Mayweather officially get touched. We've seen it. And we've seen Parnell Whitaker get dropped. We've seen it. So if you are not, it ain't too many cats who's as defensively immaculate as them dudes. We've seen Willie Pep get beat. We have seen immaculate defensive fighters go in there and get beat and get dropped and some more shit. So you're gonna get hit. And Vergil has been hit opening up on the hook. Boachuk dropped him. Velasquez hurt him. So it's boxing. You're gonna get hit. I'm not expecting you to go in there and be motherfucking the invisible man defensively. I'm not expecting that. I'm not expecting that from no fighter. I think that's unfair and disingenuous for anybody to expect that. But there is levels to getting hit, though. It is. So let's get that out the way. But Vergil Ortiz is a good, front foot dominant fighter, real good pressure fighter. Puts punches together real well, counters effectively, gets his head to the side of the straight shots. He weaves up under the hooks. He does real good work. What the fuck is niggas talking about? Like Vergil Ortiz is just some anyways ass one-dimensional fighter. No, he's not. He's not. But I didn't expect him to go in there and be able to get rid of Lubin in the manner that he did, man. I honestly thought Lubin would trouble him because his style. I thought he was gonna walk him into shit, and it was gonna take Vergil Ortiz to, be able to calculate what the dude is doing. And it didn't. It didn't. Lubin was more active in a Charlo fight than he was in this fight. I don't know what it was, because I was believing all the shit that he was saying. I was believing it in the sense of, like, his confidence. I'm like, yo, he talking about going here and stepping on or Ortiz. Okay, cool. So that means he about to put forth an earnest effort to go in here and get rid of this dude. And this happened. Right out the gate, he was getting pinned to the ropes. And that's a culmination from a lot of things. Me personally, I think it's just he just realized, yo, this dude's pressure is different, because he's fought pressure fighters before, and he stepped to him. He's fought in the middle of the ring. He didn't do that in front of Vergil. He didn't do that in front of Vergil, man. The minute Vergil came out there, front foot, put the pedal to the metal on him, he relented, man. He gave up ground in the middle of the ring, and he just kept placing himself on the rope. Like, what are you doing? You're not even gonna try to hold the middle of the ring? What happened to them half steps back? Because I was always of the mindset that not Vergil, but Lubin would take half steps back. He wouldn't just put his back on the rope and straddle the rope. Like, nah, man, that's not his step. Man, Vergil came out there and pinned him to the rope and did damage. In the guard manipulation shit, man. Peel the guard and bring the hook over the top of it, bro. He did that, and that's what put him down. Well, not down. Put him out. We'll say that. But shout out to Vergil Ortiz, man. Now for the critiques, the criticism, man. Boots has the better accolades than Vergil Ortiz, but Vergil Ortiz has the better resume. But at this point in time, man, you can't afford to, you can't afford to move around, find a way to not get in title fights, bro. You should have been fought for a title. Rolly Romero is a 2-division champion. He does not have near the ceiling that Vergil Ortiz has. Xander Zayas is about to fight Abbas Baru in a unification match. You're a mandatory for Sebastian Fundora's belt, and you just refuse to activate it. You refuse to activate it, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. You're getting outpaced by a 22-year-old, man. This shit should not be happening. It should not be happening, man. I got all the faith in the world that you could run the division. You could run it. But you gotta get on the good foot. Even though we want the Boots fight, even the fight with Boots is kind of like, should it be as prioritized as you going after a Sebastian Fundora, my nigga? You can make that. We gonna make it. We gonna make it. Yep, fuck it, I'm running that. Hell yeah. But you should, honestly, if we're being real, you should prioritize. I wouldn't even be mad if you went and you fought a Sebastian Fundora. I wouldn't be mad at it at all. I would not be mad at it at all. Because it's long past due that you fought for a belt. Even though we want to see you versus Boots. We want to see you versus Boots. And I don't like the shit that you said in the interviews after the fucking fight. You don't call a nigga out to the ring. All right, we anticipating that y'all finna get in there and line that up. And you talking about your dream fight is with Earl Spence. Why are you even mentioning that nigga name, dog? Why? The dude has been out of the ring for 2 years, man. No trainer, no nothing. And you up here talking about a dream fight is with Earl Spence. I get what you're saying, but at least let him get his feet wet, at the very least. You don't call out no fucking Earl Spence after he got what he got from Bud 2 years ago, dog. And it ain't like he hasn't rebounded and bounced back off of that. Dude got dreads now, dog. You talking about a dream fight is with Earl Spence. His name should not even be mentioned. I really hope that, your only reason for not fighting Boots is to fight Sebastian Fundora. That is the only reason right there. That is the only reason why you don't fight Boots. The only reason. That's it. So nah, man, I was really disappointed to hear that interview you talking about motherfucking Earl Spence is a dream fight. Nah, my nigga, no, shit. It's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to wake up if that's a dream fight. Because I mean, what do you get out of that? You don't get nothing. Spence's stock is down. Spence was supposed to come back last year and fight Fundora, and that shit never even came into fruition. It was mentioning that nigga name last year, and it never came into fruition. Why are you talking about this dude? As lush as this division is, Bohachuk and Madrimov, you just fought them dudes. Madrimov is a legitimate former world champion. I think, Bohachuk was showing at the time to be one of the reputables in the division, and he could bounce back off of the Brandon Adams loss. He bounced back off of the Brandon Adams knockout in the first place. I don't know where he goes from here in the now, but he could bounce back from that. But when you fought him, it was a damn good scout that you collected on him. So you don't go from that to fighting or even entertaining an Earl Spence. You don't. Fuck out of here, man. But I think it's goofy that you would call Boots into the ring and then talk about a dream fight with Earl Spence. What are we doing? My nigga, is you turning? So I personally think Vergil Ortiz is my favorite fighter at 154 pounds. His get down is dope. I don't know, man. He's showing, for your resume, you should have been fought for a belt. That's the only thing that's pissing me off, because there's no reason why you shouldn't have at least contended for a championship yet. Boots and Xander do not have the resume that you have, but they have the better accolades. You are getting outpaced by dudes who have not put in the work that you put in. It's not cool. So it's time to get on the good foot and take your ass and go get a fucking, come on, man. God damn. But as far as a fight with Boots and I think, that's honestly what the division needs. That's honestly what the division needs. We need that fight right there, Brody. We need that fight. We need that fight. And if we being you can even add some sizzle to it. You dig what I'm saying? Let Vergil go ahead and step on Sebastian Fundora, and let Boots line it up with Bachram. Well, Bachram is lined up for Josh Kelly, I think next in January or whatever, man. I wouldn't even care if y'all did it like that. If we being real, I wouldn't care. I would not care, because that would be dope if it was a unification match. But then in retrospect, I'm cool on the marination shit, man. This fight is long overdue. We want to see you two get in there and mix the shit up. So let's see what's happening. The only reason Vergil doesn't fight Boots, it better be because he's going to get that belt from Sebastian Fundora. That's the only reason you can give me as to why you're not fighting Boots. That's the only reason. That is the only reason. The only reason. We don't need no more contenders, dog, unless it's Boots. You better not get in there with no tellers. You better not even think about entering into negotiations with no Earl Spence. You better not do none of that shit, man. And at some point, you got to take your career into your own hands. Stop letting Oscar run these Jedi mind tricks on niggas. That A-side, man, fuck out of here. That A-side, B-side bullshit. Y'all are contemporaries. And if we being real, that attendance look hella low in Grand Prairie in your hometown, Brody. Boots is putting on for Philly. And if I'm not mistaken, he did the same thing in Atlantic City. Stop letting Oscar De La Hoya run these Jedi mind tricks on you like you're more deserving than what you are, man. He's holding up progress. He is holding up progress. He done got you in position to where you are reputable in the division. Whatever division you in, you are reputable. But he ain't got you a title shot yet. Boots is a former unified world champion. Lineal. Stop letting these motherfuckers play with you, man. This is your career at the end of the day. Time to take you haven't had kitty gloves on you. You ain't had nearly the kitty gloves that Ryan had on him. Dive in the deep end, man. And then even the deep end, you bend over in the deep end. But stop. Go get that work with who you need to get that work with. No more excuses. Pause. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm back, man. So yeah, no more excuses, man. No more. Tell Oscar he gotta chill. At this point in time, it's time to take a page out of Ryan Garcia's book. It's time to take a page out of his book and tell him this is the fight that I want. Now don't let them, swindle you into no rehydration clauses and all that and catch weights. Nah, don't let him do that to you. Definitely don't let him do that to you. But just let him, just let him know, man. Like, nah, man. I want this fight. This the fight I'm going for. This the fight that I want. And that's how, man, don't let that man hold up your career no more, man. You got a good resume. You have a real good resume. Your resume is better than champions. But you have to become a champion. That is the ultimate goal. That's the end game. To become a fucking champion. All this shit you doing is meaningless if you ain't trying to capture no damn belt. A belt is what's going to solidify you throughout the annals of time. So go for that shit. God damn. And I like your chances against Boots. Personally. I like your chances with everybody in the division. So that's how the fuck I'm feeling about it, man. I'm about to go in here and start my Monday off doing what it is that I do. Don't know how the story go, man. Niggas gotta get out here and work for a living until they give a brother his reparations and I can go on the business for my goddamn self. So, yeah, man. I'm outie though, man. I'll tap back in with y'all later because there's some more shit that we gotta talk about. Y'all be easy until then, yo. Deuces.